What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Nikki here, and in today's video is a little bit different, but today's video is going to be a trade recap video. Now I had this idea to do like a series or a playlist on the channel about my trading journey, because I really do want to learn, educate myself, have fun. Now obviously this is not like my main portfolio. I have my main dividend portfolio. That's my baby, pride and joy, the main focus of everything. I will not be touching that. I will be using Webull, and it's the very first time actually I've really ever used the trading side of it, and I'll talk about that in the video. But I thought it would just be a fun idea to take you guys along the journey, to hold myself accountable. So what I've done in this video is break down pretty much Monday through Friday the trades that I took, why I took them, all that kind of fun stuff, and then we'll see if I'm green, red on the day, what I learned, all that fun stuff, you know? So you guys, that's enough talking, okay? This video probably already long as hell, so you already know the drill. Let's get it.
Ooh, big bag. You not talking money, you can miss me with the chit chat. I'm not with the rah-rah or the rip.
What is up, you guys? These are glary, so oh my god, look at this. Anyway, it's hella early. Okay, it's not really. It's 6 a.m. almost. I've been up for like an hour, and what I'm trying to do is just kind of like get my mind right. So for the last hour, I did some meditation, visualization, reading, praying, you know, getting it right. And then right now is just prepping. So I'm just prepping for market open. I went ahead and kind of did some chart work and made my plan for today that I will show you here in a second. But let's go ahead, let's look at what I got going on here on the charts first. Okay guys, so I'm gonna just show you Nvidia first. I've never traded Nvidia yet, and I'm probably not going to trade it today. I might just watch it to see how it moves. But what I will say, I look at basically the 5 minute and the 3 minute. I've made a 3 minute chart. The 1 minute shakes me out too much, and the 5 minute I just feel like it's too long. I don't like to stay in it for that long. Like you already know, I like to long-term invest, or I like to get in and out within like, honestly, seconds or minutes if I can, and take my small profits and go, because I'm not playing with a big account. I have $2,000 in this account, and I really only play with like maybe $300 to $600 at a time, and I want to get about 10% return at least, and if for a loss it's like 5%, so it's real tight. If we look at Nvidia, I noticed it's a little bit on a downward trend here, but also we have a previous low here at 202.03. You can see we had a slight gap here in the pre-market, so potentially, if this wants to open up on the upside, I see a gap fill here. I see a gap fill here and a retest of this trend line. Now, I don't think I'd get in for the gap fill play. I'm more concerned about the trend line. So what I think I'd want to see on this is touch here. If we break through, then we retest it back down. Let me show you. So if we go here, right? We break through, maybe we come back down to retest it, and then we go this way. So it would look something like that. We get up here, we'd break it, we'd retest it, we'd run. We could get up here, we could fail it, right? We could fail it, we could retest it again, and potentially break out at that point. Don't know. And anyone who tells you they know, straight up lying. So that's kind of what I'm watching on the video. Like I said, I probably won't take a trade. And then we're going to go to the two stocks that I actually pretty much only always watch, because I don't want to get overwhelmed by emotion and overwhelmed with like, oh, there's opportunity here and here and here and da 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 da. That ain't it. The two that I really look at, Apple, I'm looking at it to fill this gap. So based off what I wrote down here, it's got to hold this 141.85 level. See how we came down here, we gapped down, we kind of consolidated, we came up to kind of retest the area where the breakthrough, the gap would be, broke through pre-market, now we're pulling back to the EMA. So for me, we have to kind of hold this level and try to push back up to these 142.50 levels, and I'd probably get out at that point. This one I'm more interested in playing right away, just because I'm a little bit more comfortable with Apple, but I mean, obviously, I don't know. Okay, I'm no damn professional, but that's kind of the game plan on Apple there. And then I may re-enter on the break of the pre-market high, which would be like around the 142.65, to run it back up to yesterday's or Friday's previous high at 142.90. On the downside for Apple, it's got to be under this pre-market low. So the 141.25 level, I'd like to just write it down to this next kind of support level at 140.88. That's kind of what I'm looking on the downside. Obviously, don't know yet. Have to kind of wait to see what the overall market wants to do, but that's my eye on Apple. And then let's get into AMD. All right, y'all, so now I'm looking at AMD. Now, AMD is a little bit more like hit or miss here, and this moves pretty decently well. I've noticed I've traded it a few times before, but it's kind of the same situation. We have this pre-market gap. What I'm looking for AMD here, let me check my notes, okay, because your girl's sleepy. So we do have the gap fill, so over 102 is an area I'm interested in to kind of fill this gap up here at this previous level of like 102.30. Anything can happen. We could break through that, retest it, go up. We could hit it, fall back down. We don't know, but I know that is a pretty key level. You can see over here, it's wicked and touched this multiple times. So like I said, above 102 to this previous level to 102.30. And then I'd probably watch this area because it was pretty flat here. Even Friday, it just kind of stayed in this range. So for me to want to maybe re-enter, we'd probably have to break the previous high at 102.73. So I'd probably wait till 102.75, maybe get in on a retest and bounce back up. We'll see. On the downside, I would really just look at this under the 101.30 level. Probably grab in there 101.30 to probably the target. The first target would be 101 level, or I kind of like this 101.10 level and possibly the 101 level. And obviously previous lows at 165. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to trade this out today. We're going to see what happens, and I will see you later with a recap of what happened to me and if I made any money today. All right, you guys. Oh my God. Okay, so what freaking is going on here? It's 8:36, and we ran into a little bit of an issue. Okay, we ran into this. Now, the problem is, I thought I had, okay, long story short, I was using TD Ameritrade Think or Swim before this to use for trading. If you watch one of my last videos, I talked about how it was kind of shitty, and I transferred out. I was looking at Interact Brokers, but I didn't want to pay for it, so I figured, what's the next best thing? I picked Webull because it seemed to run pretty good on my Mac, which I already know you shouldn't trade on a Mac, yada yada. But I transferred about the $2,000 out of TD. I put it in my bank account and then initiated the transfer into my Webull account. I found like yesterday or whatever, I got buying power, and in my brain for some reason, even though I know there's a separate options buying power, I just figured I was good to go. So I literally didn't have any money in the options buying power to be able to execute any trade, let alone the plan that I had. Also, I just saw this, and I don't know why I just saw this, but hopefully by the 6th, which is Wednesday. So I may not trade tomorrow. Well, I obviously cannot trade tomorrow, but I'm not gonna probably record anything for Tuesday the 5th, and I will catch you guys on Wednesday the 6th. We'll see if the funds are in there and I'm good to go. So day one, not really an L, just kind of like annoying. Tomorrow I'm taking it off, and I will see you all on Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, 6 a.m. you guys, in here getting the plan ready for this morning, which is blurry now. You can't see it. Come on, girl. There it is. Let's go over it. All right, guys, so it was hard to wake up today, okay? I overslept, woke up at like 5:30, not 5 o'clock. I sound like I have a frog in my throat. Look, we're not going to go there, but we are going to go over my plan for today because the funds did settle, so thank God that happened. I'm only going to be looking at 2 plays today. I'm going to be looking at Apple and AMD only. So let's check out AMD here on the screen, and let me reference this because I'm sleepy, so don't want to give you the wrong information. So I'm looking at this level right here. Obviously, we have this gap pre-market, so I'd be looking at this above 190. The first target would be this first old kind of resistance support line at 101.30, and then we'd come up here, and the second target would probably be 101.60. If I do that, sometimes I don't hold it that long. I'll get rid of them. Just depends on what percent I'm up and stuff. Underside. Downside, I'm looking honestly underneath the pre-market lows, which is essentially the lowest it's been in quite some time. So under 99.83, the first target, and probably my only target would be 99.50. Now it wasn't that low since September. Gosh, what was it? September. Did I go past it? Right here. What day is this? September 20th. So if we hit that, that's going to be, I feel like, a big one. If it goes under that, God only knows. All right, so now let's switch it over. Let's look at Apple. So Apple for me, kind of same situation on the upside. We still have a gap. So anything above this 139.70, I'm looking all the way up to the 140, like 90, maybe 85. Grab it before it kind of hits that line. Downside for me is going to be same situation. I'm going to take it underneath the 138.68 mark. And then the first target would be kind of what it was. On the 4th, the low was 138. 48.27. So anywhere around that area would probably be when I tap out. Now remember, I try to scalp, so I'm only in these for like 20-30 cent moves. I'm just trying to get like 10-15% really, because I don't really know what I'm doing 100% of the time. So that's the game plan. So we'll see what happens, and I will catch you guys after I either lose some money, make some money, or don't do much. All right, it's 7:32. I'm done. And this was interesting because I haven't traded on Webull before. Like, never in my life. So I had a little bit of a few hiccups trying to get some orders executed. I was a little bit, not that I wasn't serious, but I was kind of just playing around a little bit. Let's go ahead. I am green for today. Okay, so barely though, barely. Okay, so let's hop into this and let me show you the trades I took. Okay, so the first trade I took was on Apple. Now right here, I went ahead and I entered at the 639 candle right here, this green one. So we had a little bit of a crossover here. We had this huge green engulfing. Then we had the crossover right here. So I got in, held it through here, held on. This was an emotional roller coaster. I thought about getting out up here, but I didn't do it. I continued to hold it. Then luckily for me, and I guess not luckily because it was holding that EMA that I like, it pushed all the way up here to 140 freaking 1920. My level to get out was 140, so I ended up getting out at 640. Well, I guess this says 945 because I'm on the West Coast, but 944 technically, which was like almost right to the tip top of this candle, and I actually did not mind that. So that trade gave me a profit of $36. I was in 2 contracts. Yeah, not bad, not super great. It was 10%. So it's 10% winner. And then we got into some sticky situations with AMD. So then AMD, we had a huge run here. So I figured, okay, it's got to pull back to the EMA. I always like to play kind of the flag play or the pull back to the EMA to get in right here to see it bounce back up. But obviously we can see it did not bounce back up. So I actually got in on this candle right at the touch of the EMA right there, in the long side, because NASDAQ was filling its gap and I felt pretty good. We had this huge move. I thought it was a good breathe. The volume didn't look too crazy to me. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get in here because then my stop's going to be like, right under this if we close underneath the line. So I got in right here at 951 on the upside, and I sold out right at 54 on the close of this. Actually, unfortunately, it was like where the wick ended down there. Not ideal. I did play 2 contracts yet again, and that put me at a loss of $32, which was 13%, which not good. If I'm making 10 and losing 13, there's no way I'm ever gonna be in the green. So that sucked. So I don't know why, it's weird when you're trading like in the moment and stuff, but I don't know why I decided after this, and I decided to hop literally straight back in about, I believe it was about this level, the 101. I'm like, okay, it's going to bounce off the 101. So yeah, I got in at 55, which was about where this level was on the upside yet again. I saw one candle close under the EMA, and I saw another one was for sure closing under there. So I don't know what I was thinking, but I got in here because I thought it would bounce off 101 and go back up. It did not. So I exited that position at 654. So literally on the same candle, I was like, nope, gotta go. So I got out, and that, you guys, gave me a pretty decent loss. AMD, they move, the money moves, but that gave me a loss of $22, which was 10%. So not looking good. I had a really nice play on Apple, then 2 horrible red ones, just dumb. But then AMD came to save the day, and my brain flipped the switch because I entered again on AMD at 659. So on this candle on the downside, because I don't know, but that's what I did. So I entered on the downside here, and I played this all the way down here. I pretty much got out at this fat candle, which ultimately, looking at it, was a good decision, but I knew that it could potentially create a lower high right here, so I didn't want to push it all the way down here or have that be my target. I wanted a quick scalp to get at least 10% back, and that's exactly what I did. So entered here, jumped out literally at the bottom of this candle for a $26 profit, which was 10%. Now my P&L on here is weird for some reason. I lost 48 cents because AMC is still in this, because I have, like, as you can see, I just have shares like chilling. So I do want to sell out of these just so I can have clean P&Ls every single day, because I don't like to see this because that's not accurate. So what I do is I actually have a trading journal that I use, which is right here. And so this trading journal, kind of what I used to see. So these are the actual plays I made today. The strikes I was in, how many contracts time I was in, out, how much they were, and then my percent gain or loss here. So all in all on the day, I made $8. But I'm really not mad about it because like I said, been a long time, never used this platform before. I really do like it though, way better than TOS, but that's where we're at. So Monday didn't trade, Tuesday didn't trade, today $8 in the green, but I did take 4 trades, so I'm happy with it. And I'm running behind. I have to freaking work out and then get ready for work, so I need to hop off of here, but I will see you guys tomorrow for Thursday, and we'll see what happens. I am so tired this morning, you guys. I don't know. It gets harder as the week goes on. 5:55. And I feel like just realized as I'm filming this and doing this for the first time, I'm not sure if you guys really care about the pre-market stuff and like my game plan. I feel like it's just like, why don't I just show you what I made and what trades I took? So I think I'm going to switch it up a little bit, not bore you with that stuff, and just get to the good stuff and show you what I made, what I didn't make, the trades I took and why, and not so much the pre-market plan. If you do like the pre-market plan, let me know down below in the comments, and then I'll bring it back. Also, let me know if you kind of like this day by day thing, or if you'd rather have me kind of just do it all at once, like, you know, not vloggy type and not when I look like this. And then at the end of the week, I just put all of that information together and create a video. So let me know down below. And you guys, I gotta get, I don't know. I don't even know. Awake. Gotta get something. So I will see you either a little bit richer or a lot poorer. All right, guys, so it is about 7:20, almost Thursday. Today was not that bad. I'm a little upset for a few things, but I'm not gonna waste too much time. Let's hop into the chart and see what happened to me. So this first trade that I took, I just traded AMD today, and just a friendly reminder, like, my goal is to be in and out quickly, and then my other goal is I need to be done by 7:15, 7:30 at the latest, so I can work out and get ready for work. So with that being said, my first trade today was AMD. I got in at 105 strike price on the upside for a call. I got in on the 643 candle, which is somewhere on this guy, so probably on this break right here, or maybe honestly even up a little bit further, because I did end up getting in the red on that position. So my goal here was to see this break through and get it early, but I didn't get filled. It was kind of a dramatic situation. I ended up hopping in somewhere mid green candle here, held it here, was up okay amount, and then these red candles came in, kind of got me a little nervous, and then that's when I said, you know, in my head, I'm like, okay, well, this could be flagging for another push up. It could be pulling back to the EMA for a bounce up. So I wanted to hold it, but everything in me was like, nah, girl, you need to take your small percent losses and cut them. If it comes down, then you get back in. So I cut it. So I got out, and when I got out at 650, which was like on this candle somewhere right here, I ended up having a $10 loss. So like, that's fine with me, not upset with that at all. Then I went ahead and continued to watch this because I wanted to see if my plan would have like played out, and I got back in at 656. So it was somewhere on this candle. Ideally it would have been down there on this wick, but it wasn't. It was probably more on the bottom of the body. I got in, I scaled in with 1 just to see how it was gonna go, and once I saw this start to break this, I added another contract to my position. So I was in 2. I wanted to add 3 on the break of this kind of range that I had, which is this gray box, but I didn't get filled, so it didn't work out. So I just ended up chilling with my 2 contracts, and I ended up getting out at 701, which is like basically the beginning kind of bottom half of this candle, which you can see it went all the way up to 106.86. And I knew that because I've traded AMD a lot, but I didn't listen to myself. I saw that percentage gain on the contracts, because remember I was talking about 10 to 15% gain on a contract, and like maybe a 5% loss at the max on each contract size. So if I'm playing with $500, the goal is $50 win to a $25 loss. So that's kind of the numbers in my head. I'm not doing like overall account because I'd rather just do position size. That's kind of where I was at today. I ended up making $58 on that. So if you want to look at my journal, if we look at today, this is what it played out to be. So my $10 loss was 2%. I'm super happy with that, even compared to what was going on yesterday. Like, why was I don't know. I don't know. But I took a 2% loss and 11% win today, so I can't be mad at that, which means my P&L today was $47.51, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Now, I am going over to my parents to help my sister tonight, so hopefully I come back tonight. If I sleep over there, I might not trade tomorrow, but you know what? You'll see, okay? That's the magic of editing. Ready? It's gonna be Friday in literally 3, 2, 1. What is up, you guys? Happy Friday, I guess. It's actually not Friday. It's Saturday the 9th, and I didn't film on Friday yesterday for you guys because it was a hot freaking mess. Hot mess express. And quite frankly, we're gonna go over just real quick the trade and what I did and what I was thinking, and then a few things that I just want to talk about that I learned and that I'm gonna be implementing for next week. So I don't want to talk too much. Let's just get into this embarrassing situation and let's look at the charts and see how I messed up. Now, before I hop into the charts, I want to show you this was my plan, okay? So Apple above 144.50, target was 145, below 142.60 area / 50 area, target was 142. Now I had AMD on here too, but we didn't even get there. So this was the plan. Now let's hop into the chart and see what happened. Now, here it is. Here's Apple. Here is the level. This orange bar was the level I was looking for on the upside past it. This orange bar was the one I was looking below. Okay, and as we can see, we stayed in this range between basically 142.75 and 144.35 the entire day. Now, what does this tell me? Nikki, we never got to your levels, so therefore, we shouldn't have traded today. But what did I do? Because I took the most trades I've ever taken in my life. And as you know, previously through the beginning of the week, I had a plan of getting my trades done by 7:15, 7:30, turning it all off, getting focused for my work day. Did that happen to me this time? No. I had a trade open during our department meeting at 9 a.m. So stupid. Why? Why was I forcing things in this market? Like, I don't understand. Like, I was looking here at this box because we were kind of consolidating, ranging within this box. I thought a break out of the box. We ended up having this nice bearish candle down to touch the lows, but like, what the heck? Like, why did I feel like I needed to take so many trades in this mess? Just bad. Just really, really just bad. And I'm not going to go over every single one. I just wanted to show you what happened. And also, a big part of what I like to do is the crossover. So I like a crossover here. This almost crossed over but didn't. I like a crossover here on the run up. This crossover to get some on the downside. Because remember, like I said, 20, 30, 50 cent moves are what I'm looking for. And like, I don't know why I did this. Like, I started off like with a $20 loss. Then I put another trade in because I wanted to get it back. I lost a little bit more. Put another trade in, lost a little bit more. So this really hit home and I learned a lot, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, but let's talk about what I lost yesterday, Friday, total all day. Damn. $79.08. Now, quite frankly, this is horrible for me. I definitely don't want to be taking those kind of losses in the day, but through the week, if we look at the whole entire week, I was down, but not like horrible, I guess. I was down $23.50. Now, that's obviously nothing that's unrecoverable. It's not, account blowing up, but it does suck because Friday really freaking tricked me out. And here's what I learned about this whole process. One, I'm excited I learned the actual platform of Webull. And you guys, shameless plug here, if you wanted to sign up and use a Webull account, I have a link down in the description box below for you, but you probably already have one, so let's move on. So that's not really anything that I learned. I just really enjoyed that, but I did learn 3 big things I'm going to implement for next week. So the first thing is I need to expand my watch list. So I currently really look at only AMD and Apple, sometimes SPY. I've tried to kind of look into NVIDIA, but it wasn't like I wasn't focused on it. So it's really Apple and AMD. So I need to expand this watch list. I'm thinking maybe 3 more stocks outside of the technology sector, hopefully. Because if you're trading something within that industry, in that market, like it's just like you want to have other opportunities to be able to look at it, whether it's industrials, whether it's consumer discretionary, like whatever it is. I feel like I need some more options. So let me know down below what you think I should add to the watch list. Second thing is trust the plan. The plan is the plan for a reason, because you're not in an emotional state. You're pre-market. You're the night before looking at levels in a completely less stressful, less anxious, less kind of hardcore environment. So stick to what you put down on that piece of paper in that kind of mental state, not the mental state of like wanting to make money or making up losses or whatever it is that you're in that moment when you're actually live trading in the market. 3, and a big thing for me, and the hugest, I almost said hugest, what the hell? And the biggest takeaway was Fridays are no good for me. By the time I get to Friday, my mental game is so shot. I am not in it like I need to be with pretty much almost anything, I guess, on a Friday. But like Monday through Wednesday, I'm hardcore. I'm super routine. I'm good to go. Thursday, decent. Friday, I lose it. And I need to recognize that about myself. I need to work on it. But I do not need to be putting myself in financial situations on Friday. So I think what I'm going to be doing is taking Friday from trading off until I can get her under wraps. And I think that's only going to help my discipline and all of that kind of stuff going forward. Plus Fridays, it's just really hit or miss. I mean, it's pretty low-key anyway. Most really good professional traders are done in the first 30 minutes to an hour, and then it's like just like chop city and dull and nothing really happens. I mean, unless just like a huge news announcement or something like that. But most of the time it's pretty slow, pretty sleepy. So all in all, at the end of the week, my account is now $2,366.11. And I know I said I had 2,000, but I had sold out of the AMC position I had and some other free stocks I had when people use my link. So that's kind of why I have more than the original 2,000, but it is what it is, okay? I'm not adding anything to this. I'm just trying to grow it and hopefully not blow it. See if I can grow this account to 5K, which is the first goal, the first milestone. And you guys, if you could, thumbs up the video for your girl, okay? We need a little motivation, okay? This is a lot of work to do these. A lot of stuff goes into this kind of a video. So if you could smash the thumbs up button. Also, you guys, if you're interested in to see what stocks I added to my long-term dividend portfolio this last month as relative to the date on this video, watch this video right here. And you already know, you guys, if you made it this far, you are my most favorite people. I absolutely love you, and I'll see you in the next one.